Hello everyone, this is Heroes Trivia. Welcome back to our subscriber game tournament season 2 as we continue with our round 2 matchup between Meng in the green versus Bananafishbone in the red. Now this is the first match between the two and Meng will be defending. And looking at their army choices, we have Zhang Liang, He Yi, and Zhang Liao for defense with a very infantry focused army. And the infantry choices here are the yellow turban ones, a good mix between exemplars of Dao and gallants of the people, which are both very similar infantry units with high armor piercing damage. They have decent morale, but not unbreakable in the 60 range, and they are basically anti-infantry units in my opinion with the shield, so they're decent against range, and we have a spear variant that's good against cavalry. Then we have 4 Youxia on He Yi, which are unbreakable half unit size melee infantry. And speaking of unit size, we are playing on huge, so 160-40 for the units. It's not going to make a big difference. It's not extreme, but it's also not large. Just something to make note of. And lastly, there is one cavalry unit, the Righteous Vanguard, which is an interesting choice. It does have very high morale for a shock cavalry and has a shield, which means it has some range block chance. I wonder if it's going to be used as a suicide unit to take out some of the siege weapons or range target in this matchup. Now from the generals, we have a bunch of infantry boost. He Yi has multiple skills that can boost nearby units. Zhang Liang has 2 skills as well. One that requires him to be in combat, which is a little trickier, but it can be done. Unfortunately, there's no splash damage on him, which is his main weakness, and his other ability requires him to be very low health, similar to Zhang Jiao with his near death or dying power up for nearby units. Zhang Liang obviously it's a very uncommon choice, so I'm pretty eager to see how he's played. Zhang Liao, however, is a pretty common defensive choice, as he does have his Righteous or Resolve of the Righteous, which give all units on his side and generals 25% extra melee evasion and 33% extra attack rate. So it's going to be very powerful on this army, and we already mentioned He Yi's bonuses. The main weakness for this side is all 3 generals have no smash abilities, so they are not good at anti-generals or anti-units actually. They don't even have any damage abilities, period. So that's going to be a big weakness, and we'll see how that's dealt with. Looking at Bananafishbones side, we have a pretty standard setup for siege. We have a trebuchet. It's only ranked 3. So that's a tad concerning, but there is oil arrows on Defender of Empire, so at least Trebuchet does not have to aim at any of the towers, so it should be fine. Then we also have He Yi with 4 units of Youxia, which are unbreakable. There are no turtle units here, so that's also a small concern. We have Qingzhou units, the assault infantry variant for Xu Huang, and 2 horse calves that are ranged. I wonder if that's meant to light the whole town on fire, because they have very high ammo and they're capable of that pretty easily. We'll see. Let's check out deployment and see how this one plays out. So hopping here, we have a pretty standard setup outside of this gate by the moat, which is the best one because you don't have to deal with any bastion siege weapons. And looking at the defense, they have given up defending the wall because they have no range answers. So defending the center will be best, given that there is a trebuchet on this side. The lack of turtle formation will make this part a little bit trickier. They will have to take some damage, essentially. Maybe Youxia will go up with their shield wall right now, which is going to boost them to 90% range block chance. It's not perfect, but it's serviceable. Maybe that's the option. We'll see how this is done. We can actually speed this part up because there's really no defensive response. And we're just going to see who's taking the damage. Looks like the horse archers are going to just tank it. It's only 30 characters though. They're not the best thing at shooting towers. Buildings is one thing, but towers very slow. It's kind of pointless. Okay, they got the towers down. Now they got to get back. They took some damage. Now the shots on the trebuchet is going to waste in my opinion. They lost about 3, maybe a few more. Only 3. Okay, only 3. They're going for the gate, which I think it's overkill. Save the ammo for other targets. The issue of ammo, let's see, we're down 8 shots. So probably 4 or 5 shots for that. And it looks like 3 shots here. They got out with 23. Still getting shot at. Yeah, bringing 1 turtle unit is definitely a great choice. Not bringing any, it's rough. But then again, the unit choice, the general choice, limited this option. None of the units on any of these generals could get turtle, I think. Maybe He Yi might have the Stuart Defender, not sure. Yellow Turban roster is all over the place depending on... Oh, what are we shooting at? Why? Why aim for the wall? Save it for the units inside. This is a conscious effort to target the wall. It doesn't auto-fire at walls. The cavalry was kind of out of range here, which is why they were shooting at it. But unless it goes this way... Oh, it's actually going to go this way? Yeah, I disagree with this waste of ammo. No one's contesting. Just walk through this gap. The gate and this wall are just waste of shots here. Could have maybe 8, maybe 9 more ammos to shoot the rest of them. Because that's probably only going to take 5. So there should be 15 ammo on this. So 8 shots wasted. It can only tilt so far. Yeah, unfortunately that's not going to happen. Alright, are we content now? Alright, we're going to fast forward this part as they're just going to be marching inside. Yeah, I think the horse archers, strange choice. Archers would have done a better job at what, you know, Bananafishbone was trying to do with them. Shoot towers. If they're going for buildings, that's a different question. But then again, you can't actually target buildings with archers. Right, so if you can take the gate, why hit the gate? Alright, we're still probably a way off from actually fighting here. Trebuchet probably will slowly move up. This is probably an opportunity for the cavalry. Didn't take it. And we're filing into this hallway of death. There's no range on the defensive side, which is a pretty common mistake. I think everyone's, you know, mindset from the land battle is that range units are hard to defend and bringing them is a bad idea, but for siege battles, that is not true. Alright, we got generals coming, but there's no smash ability on any of these generals, so they will be fighting tooth and nail against these unbreakable unit, which I don't know if it's a good idea. Alright, we got preemptive strike against these core towers, which is a great choice. If they're in formation, they can actually knock them off, but they're not. Oh, too late though, I think. It's not going to form up in time. And, you know, from the front, probably shield wall would have been better. The generals come to respawn. Yeah, there's no worry about any generals coming to do extra damage because no one have any active ability that can do damage. It's a very interesting choice of 3 generals that have no damaging abilities. I mean, capturing this gate really has no purpose. It's not a good idea to fight over here. We're going to have some overlapping towers very soon. I think funneling through here... I mean, we're waiting on the trebuchet. That's the main thing. All this is just posturing. The tower's... Yeah, tower's gone, so... Barricade, shoot that down. Open up a new path that's not defended. Cavalry... Well, I guess defending this side is helping protect the trebuchet in a sense. But if the trebuchet moves up to here, just blocking that bridge will do the same thing. It's you know, extra investment. Okay, we got shots on the barricade, that's good. Yeah, just a little shot from the oil arrows, instant damage. Very useful. Oil arrows should be used against these, you know, densely packed formations. Ranged block chance doesn't bother explosive damage, although burning your own area does hurt you. Alright, everyone's piling back. Siege weapon's still super slow. Why are the oil arrows not being used against units? They're gonna step on their own cow traps? Okay. The battle has started. I mean, for the defending side, this is probably best before, you know, the range component comes in, make a difference. But Xu Huang here can do a lot. They got all their ability off before Guojia came in, but Guojia should use Wisdom River right now. There we go. And then start targeting. The roar doesn't matter. They're not going to break anyone. That is He Yi's defensive ability. Give them a little bit of armor, a little bit of evasion. We don't have any dismounts yet. Xu Huang hasn't gone for a slam either. I wonder... Oh, Zhang Nao's not even fighting. I wonder if Zhang Nao's going for the trebuchet. There's the slam. No one's dismounting here. The target on Guojia. Guojia's running away. The chase. Why are the other units not really here to protect? Cavalry clash. Trebuchet set up. No one's protecting it. I think they're going for those targets. That's fine. Guojia's dropping. Let me just put Guojia, set them up in a circle. Put Guojia in the circle. There we go. Just run them in. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Run him back. Run him back. Alright, we got some scattered fighting all across the board. Zhang Nao's trying to help the cavalry. I don't think the cavalry needs help. There's just no one dismounting their generals for faster kills. But I think there's an accidental dismount. Like, enemy dismounted you. So Xu Huang's actually going to be more powerful now. If he decides to go fight the general. Got to slam in. I would try to kill He Yi first before wasting any health fighting these high morale opponents that are difficult to rout. Zhang Nao is back. The infantry should be thrown into the fight. Bomb arrows. Very shy. I don't know why the archers weren't used earlier. It's hard for them to shoot, overlapping. The shots are being used. The roar is being used. This unit bounced back most of it. The faster attack rate is better for Zhang Nao's side, but he's not dismounted, so he can't take advantage of that. But there's a lot of weird targeting going on. He's diving away from the fight. It's 1v3. Doesn't matter if you're dismounted or not. It's tough. Especially since he's not actually targeting anyone. He's not given a target. Like, look at where he's running. Where's he being told to go? We don't have the red cursor. We can't see it because we have the green's point of view, but he's not selecting any of the generals. There we go. Okay, he's targeting Zhang Nao now. Zhang Nao. Let's see if he can kill Zhang Nao. But the problem with killing Zhang Nao is Zhang Nao has a, you know, near-death boost, which he activated. Alright, but I guess, you know, just give them the morale boost. Live through that minute. The dismount makes a big difference. Guojia's back. Trebuchet fired all its shots. Cavalry 2v1. Let's see if we can kill the general. Zhang Nao's being sent to fight I mean, Zhang Nao should be targeted next. He's giving every single unit extra melee evasion, extra attack rates. If he dies, you know, that goes away. I don't know if this was an active dismount. I don't think so. I think he just bumped into a spear similar to what Xu Huang's doing, just because I haven't seen any dismount attempts by any side. Alright, let's see if this can get the kill. Yep. So fast when dismounted. Alright, we could overchase because there's no towers, so nothing to be... Oh, this one wasn't shot down? Why? Do we have a Wisdom River here? Alright, the army loss are kicking in, I think. There we go. Wisdom River activated. I mean, the reserve forces are weird. Why they're not being sent to fight? We got a roar from Xu Huang here. Just a couple hit on Zhang Nao. Bring him down. I know he's routing, but just bring him down. He's going to recover from that roar. The cavalry traded... Okay, traded well. They're being pulled back? I mean, to this tower, I guess. But with the cavalry still alive, they can just burn that down easily. Zhang Nao has bounced back. Not given a new command. Not that he could do much. Trying to go for Guojia here, I guess, but so many units. Alright, the surround. Defensive boost. Zhang Nao's dead. Very bored archers. I mean, maybe he can trade it with Guojia here. Yep. That knocked him out, but that's about it. That's about it. They have routed completely. Giving a desperate roar that doesn't do very much. The Yoxia are unbreakable, the Qingyou unit are resilient. And now I think we just have a grind until all the unbreakable units are dead. Well, the key difference here is just the presence of Xu Huang. Because he has a smash ability that no one else in this battle has, and he's able to clear out groups and groups of infantry like this. And obviously the range advantage also helps. Having no range is really restrictive. You have to kind of back off. And then when the fighting break out, not all the unit kind of join the fight, which was kind of weird. Last tower goes down. Bring some source of fire arrow is definitely always a great choice. And we have the smash, and look at that unbreakable unit dying in bunches. Alright, we're gonna fight to the death here. We're gonna need Xu Huang to get 2 smashes, and they're all dead. The tower at least is helping. Where are they trying to run to? Throw some cow trap on the ground. Alright, here comes the smash and the full surround. And that's it. Right. So, not a very efficient attack by any means. The trebuchet wasted a ton of shots on these targets that were really unnecessary. The wall was probably the only thing that needed to be hit. Once this was taken, you could easily just capture the gate and the units can flood in. No one's really there to respond. And then once they move into this position, there was a couple openings where the lone Vanguard cavalry could probably try to pick off the trebuchet outside. But unfortunately, that was not taken. But regardless, the last 8 shots didn't make that much of a difference. the oil arrows that was available, about 26 shots, could have murdered a lot of infantry before the combat started, but they were also not shooting. I think he was shy about shooting the 95% shield wall units. Ignore the percentage. Even if it's a turtle unit, oil arrow is going to explode on them and do damage. So that was probably a slight misunderstanding of that mechanic. And then once the battle started, it was just a difference of Xu Huang being able to smash. Neither side did any dismounting actively, which was a little bit disappointing in terms of the general battle, especially the better controlled smashes. But fortunately, having some spear unit on the enemy helped Bananafishbone get off his horse, even though that was not the plan. But it did sway things as Xu Huang was able to kill the generals much faster and also target the unit much more effectively. And we have our match here. So let's take a look at the numbers. And yeah, Xu Huang. That's the major difference. Without any smash ability, the generals joined in a lot of these fights, so they did get a lot of kills. But just because you have Flame of Phoenix really changed the magnitude of the damage. The range units could have done a lot more, especially these. They just didn't shoot once they were inside for some reason. The cavalry did okay. They mainly fought the enemy cavalry. It was just a 2v1 type of victory, mainly because these don't have a lot of damage. They have a shield which limits their damage output, which allowed the northern unit to win out. And then the unbreakable unit were just fodder for the Flame of Phoenix. If Lu Meng had won the general battle by actively dismounting all three to target Xu Huang, and then Guo Jia and then He Yi can't do anything about that, then perhaps there was a chance where they could have won that. They, essentially weathered both of the, big siege damage. They really didn't do anything to their units. So if he won the general fight, maybe, despite not having any smash, probably could have still used the choke points and fought this out and might have been okay. So who knows? It was a close one, and we'll move on to see how their second match turns out. So until then, bye.